If email and SMS don't become a meaningful revenue channel for your brand, then you shouldn't keep paying us. In fact, here's how confident we are on this. If you don't see at least a 20% revenue lift from retention within 90 days, you don't pay. Because after working with over 100 7, 8, and 9-figure ecom brands, here's what I know. Most brands say they want better retention, but what they're actually after is simple. They want email and SMS to drive 30 to 50% of their monthly revenues consistently without discounts every week just to hit their numbers. And that's what we build here at Blossom Ecom. We're retention operators, and we build retention systems that increase LTV, repeat purchases, and profit through email, SMS, and other owned channels. These aren't random campaigns, not pretty templates that have no conversion built into them, not surface level Klaviyo setups, a real revenue system. So let's clear the air. Business owner to business owner. Who is this video sales letter really for? Brands don't hire us because we're experts in cannabis or wellness or subscriptions or even supplements. Even though we've worked in all of it, they hire us because we understand how to grow ecom brands through retention, strategy, segmentation, copy, design, execution, testing, reporting, all of it end to end. Now, if you're not doing at least $200K a month, you're not on Shopify, Klaviyo, or any other major ecom platform, then this probably isn't for you. Because retention doesn't save a weak business, retention amplifies a strong one. But if you're already acquiring customers, then retention is the highest ROI lever in your business because you already paid for the customer once. And every repeat order is revenue that you didn't have to rebuy with ads on the front end. And here's the real problem. More traffic doesn't automatically mean more money. If your retention system is weak, you're pouring customers into a leaky bucket. You get first-time buyers, then they disappear. So you run a promo, and then another one. And then your brand slowly becomes the brand that's always on sale. But that's not retention, that's dependency. And what we build instead is a life cycle system that turns first-time buyers into repeat buyers into high LTV customers, and then high LTV customers into long-term brand advocates. So let's go through some real proof. These are real brands, real revenue. Because when you translate all this marketing lingo into results, here's what that looks like in reality. Jeter. They are one of the fastest growing cannabis brands in the US, operating in one of the most restricted industries in the world. Email and SMS is one of the only true owned channels in cannabis. We fixed their deliverability, we built state-level segmentation, and we created a structured campaign and flow system. Now they're averaging 50% open rates across the board, reaching millions every month, driving both foot traffic and online traffic all within 6 months. Earthing Harmony was doing around 3% attribution from email and SMS. We implemented full flows, campaigns, segmentations, list growth, pop-ups, the entire system. And within 6 months, they were averaging 38% monthly attribution, and we helped them scale from 7 to 8 figures. Growplex is a subscription hair loss brand, and they had churn issues and weak second purchase velocity. So we rebuilt the retention strategy to push customer adoption, subscription adoption, and reduce that churn. And within 4 months, 45% of monthly attribution, excluding recurring subscription revenue, churn dropped from 25 to 10%, and we were able to scale from 7 to 8 figures in just 12 months. We've also produced results like 72% of Klaviyo revenue for Owlcrate, an 8-figure subscription brand, 35% of Klaviyo revenue for Framar, a multinational 8-figure beauty brand. And let me just be clear, this isn't we send emails. This is email and SMS becoming a predictable revenue engine. So real quick, let's cover what we don't do. We don't rely on consistent discounting. We don't blast the same message to everyone. We don't build flows once and disappear, because most agencies do exactly that. We don't, because retention isn't about sending more emails. It's about sending the right message to the right segment at the right time and continuously improving it. So here's how it works. Step one is we do a full audit. We go under the hood: flows, campaigns, deliverability, segmentation, list growth, reporting, creatives, everything. And we identify what's broken, what's missing, where you're leaking revenue, and what should be scaled. Step two is to build the retention system. We build life cycle specific flows: welcome, abandoned cart, browse abandoned, post purchase, win back, VIP, subscription logic, everything. The usual suspects. Not just emails, but the logic behind them. Step three is the campaign engine. We run a structured campaign calendar so your list stays engaged and converting every single week. Step four is the continuous optimization. We test flows, we improve segmentation, refine messaging, and compound those gains. Step five is reporting and expansion. You get monthly reporting on what's working and what we're changing next. Then we expand into other retention channels like direct mail, push notifications, WhatsApp, when it makes strategic sense. So why not just hire in-house? Let's be honest. One person can't be a strategist, a copywriter, a designer, a Klaviyo builder, deliverability expert, analyst, all at the same time. It's just not realistic. So instead of hiring a six-figure retention director and piecing all of these roles together, you get an expert team handling strategy, copy, design, execution, and reporting for a fraction of the cost. And your role in all of this is literally just approving content, giving feedback, and allowing us to scale. So what are the next steps for you? If you're doing 200K per month, you're on Shopify, Klaviyo, or any other major platform, and you want email and SMS to drive that 30 to 50% of your monthly revenue, there's a short application below this page. If it's a fit, we'll map out exactly how we'll build your retention revenue. And remember, if you don't see at least a 20% lift from retention within 90 days, you don't pay. And look, if it's not a fit, that's okay. We'll point you to some helpful resources so you can improve this yourself or work with a different partner. Either way, you're gonna leave with clarity, okay? So book a call and we'll talk soon. Cheers.